So as y'all can see, man, from the looks of the thumbnail, title, and screen, God bless every single one of you. I'm going to be bringing y'all a build today that has no weaknesses, and this one's going to be coming out to the BACKLINE Inside Out creator. And I'll be real, bro, this is one of the most fire builds that I've created this year. And look at those comparisons: Evan Mobley, Dolph Schnees, and Chet Holmgren, bro. And then look at these comparisons. The top attributes, you got a 3-point shot, interior defense, block, and then look at these strengths, bro. Reliable defender inside the arc, dangerous pick and pop option, elite timing on blocks, a strong imposing presence. Now, for my big man out there, this is gonna be for y'all, bro. I guarantee it, because with this build, the way that I crafted it today, I promise you, there's not gonna be any weaknesses from finishing, playmaking, shooting, defense, and rebounding, and even the physicals, bro. I made sure that I really balance this build out in order to be able to take it into any game mode and really be able to just make sure that you can dominate with this build that you're seeing on screen today. So once again, man, I just want to say thank y'all for the support. And number one, more so than anything, bro, I don't see anybody doing this in the 2K community, and you know, it's something that is on my heart, bro. And I gotta go ahead and say thank the Lord above, King Jesus, for another day and another opportunity. And I'll just be real with y'all, bro, that there is not a lot of people, or enough, I should say, talking about Jesus Christ in the 2K community. And that's exactly what we need, and that's what I'm going to be using my channel for, bro. So, once again, thank y'all. And if it was your first time coming through, be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. Smash that like button, turn on post notifications to be a part of the Rich family. Now we're going to get into the breakdown of this build today, bro. So, I've really been trying to, you know, stay consistent with the content this year, especially with putting my face on every single one of these videos, bro. It's not the easiest to do, but the work has got to get done, bro. We need to, you know, help out the 2K community in any way possible that we can. So that's what I'm going to do with this build today. So this is probably, as y'all can see, I've been going crazy with making these builds. This is the 11th build that I'm going to be dropping for y'all, and really what I went to break down myself this year. So when it comes towards the actual number, every time y'all see a video or build that I put out for y'all, I'm going to label it with the number of build that we've created together. Now, when it comes towards the position, we're going to be making this one out of that power forward. As far as for the height, I'm going to go with 6'11". Moving into that weight, I'm going to go with 229. And then once we get into that wingspan, I'm going to put this to 6'11". So that's going to open up the floor a lot for the shooting, but also with what we're going to be able to do on both ends of the court. I promise y'all, like I said, everything from the finishing down to the physicals, it's going to be butter on this build, bro. Now, let's go ahead and check out the physicals. I think, to be honest, this is the most important area to start out every single build with. And the main reason why I tell y'all that is because it's going to give you an idea of which badges you're going to unlock. And number two, which animations that you can get. So I'm going to go with a 73 when it comes towards our speed today. When it comes towards that agility, let's max this out to a 68. For that strength, I'm going to go with an 86. And then moving forward towards that vertical, I'm going to put this all the way up to an 80. And this is going to be perfect for the rest, you know, of the attributes, especially when it comes towards, you know, the offense and the defense, the strength and the vertical. Both of these are going to play a huge, you know, a huge factor with both of these sides of the ball. Now, once we get started with the finishing today, I'm going to put this up to an 80. When we get into that driving layup, I'm going to go with a 78. Now, I'm going to just say it right now, bro. Excuse my voice, man. I actually did lose it this past week, but I want to be sure that I get this content out for y'all. And I got plenty of other builds like this with zero weaknesses. So if y'all want to get that, man, make sure we get this video to at least 25 likes, and I'll drop another one for y'all. Now, when it comes towards the actual driving dunk, let's go with a 75. 81 when it comes towards that standing dunk. And then that post control, man, I'm going to go all the way up to an 85. So you can see, not only is the badges that we're getting pretty nice, but you'll be able to get standing pro contact dunks and elite rim pulls. On top of that, bro, some of those upgraded dunk packages. Use 2 cap breakers towards that driving layup, and you can get even more layup packages here as well. It's all going to come down to what you see fit for your type of play style. If you want to take some away from a different area, or if you actually want to, you know, try to use this exact sample that I'm making for y'all today. Now, when we get into the shooting, I'm going to go with a 78 for that 3-point shot. As we get into that 3-pointer, I'm going to make sure that I go with an 88, bro. Now, let me tell y'all why. So, when you use 2 cap breakers towards this area, we're going to be able to get deep bomber takeover ability. All you need is a 93-point shot. And I guarantee you, on a 6'11 build, bro, I was trying to make something that was relatable to those 2K19 stretches. And for those of y'all who knew about the stretch bigs from back in the day, about 5-6 years ago, this is going to be the exact replica of that. Now for that free throw, I know some of y'all want to be playing that rep, raise this up to an 80. Now once we get into that pass accuracy, man, let's go with a 71. As we get into the ball handle, go with a 74. So you're still going to be able to move around and get jiggy on this build, bro. Even when it comes towards that ball handle, make sure you go with a 55. And that's going to allow you to get Giannis onto the Kumpo dribble style. Now, for the offense, bro, I'm going to be real. There is no true weaknesses with this build. You can shoot. You can definitely finish, be a post scorer. And on top of that, bro, you can dribble and still pass the rock. But y'all are probably thinking that there's some weakness here. Let me get started with that defense. So we're going to go with an 88 for that interior defense. 72 when it comes towards that perimeter. Once we get into that steal, let's go with a 60. And then for that block, bro, I'm going to go all the way up to an 87. Now, we're not stopping here. When it comes towards the rebounding, I'm going to go with a 70 for that offensive. And then to wrap up everything on the defensive, bro, I want to be able to snag out there. So let's go with an 85. And this is what we're going to be looking like once you get this build maxed out to 99 overall. I'm not going to be cutting anything out from this video. I'm going to be as genuine as I possibly can with this build and really just tell y'all why I made it this way. So let's just say, for example, you wanted to be a defender, or if you wanted to be a rebounder. Let's just say you wanted to be the main scorer on a team. Tell me that this build doesn't have the capabilities to do so. Now, you have everything from elite defense on the interior. You can definitely still step out on the perimeter and take some guards. But when it comes towards the block, from what I have heard, height and block are going to be the main attributes in which are going to play the biggest effect in getting contests. So we're 6'11", a 6'11" wingspan, 87 block, the 72 interior or perimeter defense to go with it. Now look, you even get a movable enforcer. Some of these badges I really like, man. You get paint patroller, post lockdown. Even when you look at the actual steal, you can upgrade your steal to a 67 to actually get interceptor and glove both on the bronze tier. Now that's not even including the dribble moves that you're going to be able to unlock, the passing. You know, I gotta say, a lot of people are going with a 70 to an 80 pass accuracy, and that's been the sweet spot for a lot of people. Now the shooting, I don't even need to get started with this, bro, to really let y'all know how overpowered it can be. Now, with RNG taking out of NBA 2K26, I guarantee you, this can easily become one of the more favored builds out there for those of y'all who want to shoot as a big man. Now, remember, bro, you still have that 86 strength, and that gives you so many different badges to be an imposing threat on the offense, but also on that defense. So look, gold post powerhouse, post lockdown. You can even get Hall of Fame strong handle. It's all going to come down to, like I said, one, your play style. If you're looking to take any risk out of certain areas, for example, if you want to drop down your interior defense, or maybe you want to go ahead and lower the ball handle, you know, both of these are options that you can go with in order to actually upgrade, you know, maybe your mid-range shot, the finishing. I don't know what you want, but I gotta say, if you're looking to make a build that can be dominant and all around, this is the exact one that you do want to go with, bro. And I love the fact that we're really versatile in that post game. Not only can you put your shoulder into the defender to, you know, get that post move working, but you can also step back and hit a mid-range or all the way to the three-pointer. And for those of y'all who know about go-to shot Victor Wembanyama, this would be a great build to utilize that with. The 88 three-point shot, 90 with cap breakers, but using the go-to shot is going to be money. Now, look at these takeovers that we actually get, bro. A lot of them, I gotta say, if you want to use cap breakers or not, it's all going to come down to your preference, but I think it's going to be best if you went ahead and picked a takeover that's going to cater to your own play style. So, as you can see, man, a lot of the ones that we do get, like the sharpshooting, lethal layup, attacking, barbecue chicken, this is all going to come down to your preference of what you want to go with. Now, I really like this one right here, the two-way Titan. You get a boost on the three-point shot, the standing dunk, interior defense, with Rim Guardian still being able to see where the missed shots go. You know, I don't really have a preference when it comes to these takeovers, but once you add on those cap breakers, you already know, I would go ahead and pick Deep Bomber takeover ability. Now let me know your thoughts and opinions, man. Is there something that you potentially would change about this archetype to make it a little bit better, or even use your cap breakers in a different way? So let's go ahead and move forward to make sure that everybody made this build correctly. And look at those comparisons, bro. For a big man, I think this is going to be great. Now, we get the backline inside-out creator, and I love these top attributes for a big man, bro. 3-point shot, interior defense, and block, all at an A-. Now, if you were to make any types of changes to this build, do keep in mind that you may not be able to get the same report when it comes towards the strengths and weaknesses. But overall, bro, I don't think too much of this build really needs to get changed, because if you do utilize those cap breakers, the max +1s and the max +2s, this is going to be a build that can really dominate throughout the entire cycle of NBA 2K26. Now, I just want to say thank every single one of y'all for your support. I just want you to know that none of this would be possible, bro. None of it would be possible without #1 Jesus Christ, and of course y'all supporting me. Y'all are the rich family, bro, and I truly just want you to know that I am grateful. I am blessed to have y'all a part of my life, and I'm going to continue to post these videos throughout NBA 2K26, bro. Excuse my voice for today, man. Give me a pass, y'all, because come tomorrow and the weeks coming, my voice is only going to get better. So I really just want to say thank you once again for your support. God bless you. And if it was your first time coming through, be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. Smash that like button, turn on post notifications to be a part of the rich family. And last but definitely not least, God bless every single one of y'all. And with all that being said, though, I got one last thing to say. Rich out.